morning, everybody. Do you know why the sun is shining brightly? Because our future and our present is bright on this North Main Street corridor. Let me talk about the Facade Improvement Program. My name is Jerry Lynn Hall. I am with the Office of Business Opportunities. We appreciate everyone being here this morning. The boundaries for this latest phase of the Facade Improvement Program were Main and North Main between Elmwood Avenue and I-20. The number of forgivable loans that we have made thus far is 24. The public investment has been $246,234. Private investment over $83,000. The number of forgivable grants we have done is 6, and all of that is public investment, $10,467. We had many great prime and subcontractors working on all the programs and all the projects. 43 small businesses were employed doing work on all of these wonderful projects. There are so many different types of businesses. Main and North Main, just like every other commercial boulevard in Columbia, we've got consumer services, professional services, retail, educational facilities. With our forgivable loans and grants, we helped so many different business types. I'm just going to name a few. Financial consultants, beauty and barber salons, dry cleaners, electricians, dentists, lawyers, catering kitchen, bookstore, gift shop, bakery, and a retail and custom stained glass shop, and too many more to mention. During this time period, there's also been non-program private investment done. This is investment done by other property and business owners along the street during the same time period, over $380,000. I applaud all those folks for making their contributions too. I do want to recognize the Facade Committee members, Larry Kogut, Charles Griffin, John Fellows, my director, Tina Herbert, loan officer, Paul Featheringgill, and our advisory person, Ms. Sabrina Odom of the North Columbia Business Association. We definitely want to support our director, city senior management, and council's commitment and support to this successful program. And I've got to give a great thanks to the co-working divisions. This program touches so many other divisions within the City of Columbia: planning, zoning, permitting, commercial inspections, business license, and construction management. We have to work through a lot of intricacies to get the program from application submittal to permitting to actually installed and a final inspection. I want to thank the recipients. Some projects were simple, some were complex, but all of them good investments into the sustainability of the business environment along this gateway corridor. I'd like to close with letting you know that 85% of all the projects are complete. There are 6 projects currently under construction and 2 to 3 applications in final stages of submittal. We anticipate all the project awards to be made by November 30th and all projects fully complete no later than January the 31st of 2015. I would like now to call Mr. Councilman Sam Davis to the podium to make some remarks. Mr. Councilman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jerry Lynn. Let me start out by saying that Mayor Benjamin cannot be here this morning. He's obligated to a previously scheduled event. But would like you to meet our city manager, for those of you who have not met her, Ms. Teresa Wilson. She gets the things done on a daily basis, and she makes all of us look good. And I would reiterate Jerry Lynn's remarks about the team. This has been a team effort, and everybody that's been involved has been definitely committed to helping us make the goals for this corridor, as well as Farrow Road, a reality. This project is an excellent example of what we consider repurposing. Those of you who have traveled this corridor a number of years can recall what was here. An old service station, an old fish market, none of it survived. But the Tolliver family has committed to doing two things. They committed to reinvest, and they are an example of an entrepreneur in this area that has gone from renting to ownership. They have purchased this property, they own it, and they have made a statement that they're willing to make an investment in this community. Again, it was all possible because of the investments of public-private partnerships. For example, the CDBG program contributed $258,468, and the private investment was $83,620. Now that is significant, but that is what we would call the beginning, and it's a demonstration of our commitment to work with businesses that are here and to work with businesses that are looking to come to this area. And I would encourage you to get in touch and get to know the folks at the North Columbia Business Association. They are the cornerstone of building the relationships with businesses, providing training and counseling and those things that will help small businesses to be successful. And so they have a significant role to play in this area. Also, Fred Monk, where's Fred? Fred's behind me. Fred plays a major role with assisting businesses, providing technical assistance through a partnership with the city. And his role is very significant also because we want to make sure that any business that starts up in this area is successful. And so his organization provides the technical assistance, and we really appreciate that. So finally, let me say this. There's a strong commitment for this area. And the partnership that we try to put in place, it's real, it's honest, and it's necessary. So we want to today really show our appreciation to the Tolliver family for setting an example. And that is that, you know, from time to time in business, you want to make a change. And the change they were looking for actually was in this area. Their commitment was, one, to stay here, and two, to go to the next level. And that was to own a piece of this community. They've done that. We appreciate that. And we're going to do everything we can moving forward to support them. Thank you.
I'm Sabrina Odom, the Executive Director for the North Columbia Business Association, and welcome, welcome, welcome to North Main Street. Welcome to North Columbia. We are very excited about this. It has been a great partnership with the city. The OBO office, Tina Herbert and Jerry Hall, they work very hard and tireless to get these small businesses and these facade programs working. And NCBA is just so grateful and appreciated. This is just the beginning for North Main Street and North Columbia with our streetscaping coming, with so many exciting projects happening around us. You are just at the beginning of this phase. So I just want to thank you again for attending one of our small businesses on North Main Street, who is a trailblazer in this area, and just thank the city OBO office, and again, Jerry Hall and everyone for working so hard to make things happen. Do not forget to visit our small businesses in this area. We really need you to come and shop in these small businesses. With the streetscape coming soon, we want to make sure you support them. We have several new businesses that are coming, and so just watch out and pay attention and come to North Main Street and do your business. We have everything, just like Jerry Lynn said, from flora shop, bakery, and all. So thank you again.
Good morning. On behalf of Community Development and the Citizens Advisory Committee, we wanted to say thank you for having us here. My name is Deborah Livingston, and I'm the Director of Community Development. The Office of Business Opportunities, of course, is led by Ms. Herbert, and we are really grateful that they did an outstanding job with the North Main Facade Improvement Program. Over the last 2 funding cycles, we actually have committed $340,000 to the program, all of which has not been expended, but will be expended by the end of November, which we are very excited about. So congratulations on completion. We're very excited about that. But I did want to say something today that's a little bit different. In the North Columbia area, in the past 2.5 years, the city, through the Department of Community Development, has expended $3.5 million in North Columbia. So we just thought that that was something that needed to be said and told today. That was either through community development block grant funding or home funding. So that means we provided affordable housing to residents that look to buy and purchase in the area. The community building at Earlwood Park was done with part of that money. And of course, the behavioral health clinic for the Eau Claire Cooperative Health Centers was one of the projects, along with Seminary Ridge and North Hills Neighborhood Association. So lots of money has been expended in the area, and we are really excited about that. We did want to say, my last thing is I'm proud to announce today that our notice of funds available for community development block grant funding for next year, 15-16, will be opening on Monday, October the 13th, and we will have $1.5 million for public service and non-public service, which is more than we have had in quite some time. So we look forward to projects coming to us to vet for the North Columbia area, and thank you very much, Ms. Herbert. I know that you will be applying for those funds.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fred Monk. I'm president of ECI Find New Markets, and we were privileged to be part of this program and working with the Office of Business Opportunities and the many small businesses that were part of this program. And Sam, thank you for the acknowledgement about our work. We're a nonprofit based here in Columbia. Our focus is on small companies to help them gain new markets, understand the markets, and broaden their business through marketing services. So we were fortunate to be part of this to add value to the Facade program by working with many of the companies along North Main in a range of products from websites to social media. You know, for a long time and to this day, I think there are many businesses in North Columbia that are really hidden gems. We worked with a number of them. And our goal is to make all of Columbia aware of the many wonderful companies in this corridor. So thank you again for allowing us to be part, and we look forward to the future success of not only Maine, but all the companies that were involved in the Facade program. Thank you.
Just in case you all didn't know, I do want to introduce the very Mr. Herbert Tolliver and his folks come up. Thank you, Mr. Tolliver, for letting us have this place.
Thank you very much. We certainly would like to thank God and for everyone who has come out here today for this grand opening. We are so excited about what has taken place. Back some time ago, I started talking to Councilman Sam Davis about some of the things that was happening in the North Columbia area. and down through the months as we move forward, I became very, very interested and more excited about what we want to do as a family for our customers, for our friends, relatives, and put in a barbershop in which the customers would be proud to come to, a barbershop where they would always be respected while here. Something that we could lead and set examples for younger generations to follow. Kind of reminds me of a song from the old church. And I think about my family. It's down through the years. The Lord has been good to us. So we especially thank everyone who has been a part of this, especially Geraldine Hall, who came to me earlier in this endeavor. Very, very kind and generous. He worked with me from day one all the way up through the final day, even up to this day. We thank South Carolina Community Bank. I have to thank Car Bar Construction Company and everyone who had a hand in putting this dream, to make this dream come true. So as I look around and see church members, friends all the way from, my son gonna get on me about this, but I'm gonna have to say it. Friends all the way from Blair, South Carolina. This dream started at Route 1 Block 4, Blair, South Carolina. Many, many years ago, when my father was a sawmill worker. Couldn't read or write his name. Leave home early mornings, 4:30. Go work 11 hours at the sawmill. Leave home in the dark, come back in the dark. But some way or another, him and my mother had 11 children, raised 10. One passed away 4 days, the child that was born before me. I'm the 7th of 11 children. But my father was a barber. My grandfather was a barber. So I'm the 3rd generation of barbers. My 2 sons are the 4th generation of barbers. Along with my daughter and grandson, I've tried to set examples for my family, friends, classmates, church members to follow. I hope when it's all said and done, I did something to make a difference. Look back to my right, see over my shoulder, I see the city manager. I went to school with her mother and her father, a few grades ahead of them. But we're very, very good friends. Her grandmother lived to be 98 years old. Always called me Hubbard, my son. Stuff like that meant a lot to me in the community, with my mother being 2 years older than 1 year older than what she was. Born in March 27, 1914. So if my mother was living, she would be 100 years old today. But I had so many people on my side doing things for me, people that believed in me. Even when I made mistakes and fell short, they still right there to pick me up. I got classmates here today from the class of 1964 out of McCoy High School. We've always been here right by my side. I just want to make this short. But when I look back over my years and see what the Lord has done for me, my family, my friends, and what customers has done for me, because if it had not been enough for the Lord on my side, I don't know where I would be. I thank you so much for taking this out your busy schedule. Come by today, show us just how much you love me. I'll close by saying this. Been married 3 times. Had 2 wives that has passed on. Had 3 children by 2 wives. My first wife, Mildred, and I had 2 children, Kim and Chris. My second wife, Marjorie, I had 1 son, my son, Michael. Both my sons with 2 different mothers has been a landmark in this profession. And when I'm gone, I know they'll carry on. Now my present wife is named Debbie Jones, Tollo, old country girl out of Sunflower, Alabama. who raised up poorer than what I was. But somewhere we got together. I just want to say, thank everybody on the side of my voice, what they have done, what they are doing, and what they will do. I have one purpose in mind. Before it's all said and done, we will operate in Columbia, South Carolina, the most respectful barber shops in the city and the state. This is the first of the beginning of others to come. And we could not have done it without the help of all our customers. We are the best customers in the world. You can feel free that when you bring your children here and leave them with us, they're gonna take care of. From now on and for the rest of my life, we give God the credit and all the customers. Thank you.
Don't know how to follow that, and yes, good things do come out of Blair, South Carolina. I didn't know Mr. Tolliver was going to say that before I had the opportunity to, but my heart is filled with joy for him and his family and for the North Main community. This is really a great day, and we anticipate much, much more to come. I think about a lot of the efforts that are made throughout the city. And I certainly can't do it by myself. Mr. Davis can't do it by himself. It takes the policymakers working with the management team and all of our city departments. Missy Gentry's here, who's one of our assistant city managers who works with the Office of Business Opportunities and all of her departments from utilities and engineering and public works. It takes a village, literally, to work in all of our communities. And I wanted to bring that to your attention because, as Ms. Livingston stated, with community development and some of the funds she's leveraged for this community from a community and housing perspective, as Ms. Livingston and Jerry Lynn, Ms. Herbert and Jerry Lynn have talked to you about the Facade Improvement Grant and those funds that have been leveraged. I also wanted to talk a little bit more about the Tiger Grant that we just received, a $10 million grant for the Seamless Communities revitalization effort that we named it. $10 million more coming to North Columbia. So we're excited about that. We want to make sure that all of these efforts come together, and it seems like that's happening at the right time. As we see the Business Improvement District and Main Street proper, booming and bustling, that just needs to come on down North Main Street, and we need to make sure that is connected and that people associate that retail and commercial investment on down into the North Main corridor. And so that's what all of these various efforts are really about. With the Facade Improvement Grant, you've heard the dollars leveraged there. The $10 million that I just referenced with Tiger will be leveraged with over $30 million that the penny at the county is investing in this area. So you're talking about another $40 million of investment in this community, and we're very proud of that. The funding will not only help address a number of long-standing needs like intersections, storm drainage, and pedestrian-friendly improvements within this corridor, but it will support extensive downtown streetscaping initiatives and go a long way towards revitalizing North Columbia. We want to make sure that this community, which sometimes we face blight and that sort of thing, we don't need to associate this community with that. We are going to use every opportunity that we have to improve upon this investment like the Tollivers are doing. We want to see that all over North Columbia, and any opportunity we have to generate dollars, we're going to be utilizing our partners like Sabrina, the North Columbia Business Association, our Eau Claire Development Corporation, et cetera, to work together and pull all those resources together. So it's really about enhancing the life and the quality of life for all of the residents in North Columbia and all of our businesses. And we just thank you for being here with us as we do that, and we look forward to much, much more to come. Thank you so much.
Okay, y'all, we are just about done. I am Tina Herbert, and I'm the director of the Office of Business Opportunities. And our job with the Office of Business Opportunities is to help the small businesses in the city of Columbia. one of the things that we hear a lot about on the North Main corridor is we have to attract new businesses and bring in new businesses and recruit new businesses. And that is very, very true. But today I thought it was very appropriate and very honorable to make sure that we recognize some of our very long-standing businesses that have been in this community for years. 35, is that correct? 35 years in this community. So we're going to continue to recruit, but we have to give the acknowledgement, the honor to some of our long-standing businesses. I have loved to watch Mr. Tolliver and his transition and how deliberate he was and how he planned and prepared financially, which a lot of businesses really have to consider. But I have watched him and enjoyed watching him. Mr. Davis and Paul worked with him, and I think Michael Strange helped him out. So I'm just really happy. And when he started talking, I was like, yeah, this is why we chose this place, because there's a story here. And I think that it's a story that everyone needs to hear or have had the opportunity to hear. So thank you, Mr. Tolliver, for sharing your story with us in this business. We really appreciate it. I do want to say, too, we did support some new businesses. Carolina Kernels, we have their popcorn on the table, if y'all haven't tried that. We got our cake from Sweet Temptations, which is up the other side of the street. So we are helping small businesses. I do want to acknowledge Mr. Fred Monk, because one of the things that we did differently this year, we can help you with your exterior of your building, but if no one ever knows to come, then they will never see it. So Fred has come in and with his group and helped us market their businesses so people can come out and really see the things that we're doing on North Main Street. Of course, I have to thank our city manager, our council members, Deborah Livingston. Deborah Livingston gives us the money. We acknowledge it. We don't even try and hide it. We make sure everyone understands, and that's where we get our funding, and we appreciate it. We will always appreciate it in the future. So we want to thanks so much, everybody. Thanks Deborah Livingston. And I'm really serious about that. And again, of course, I want to thank our partners. They've been thanked before, but of course, the North Columbia Business Association, our development corps have really helped us to get the word out. And then last but not least, Ms. Jerry Lynn Hall. I want y'all to know, Jerry Lynn has taken this program from just a few sheets of notes and ideas to procedures, to implementation. She did Main Street, and now she's in North Main Street, and next we're moving to Two Notch Road. And so I appreciate how hard she works. And if you all see her, this is the true thing. Jerry Lynn puts all of her heart into it. So I want to make sure we especially thank you, Jerry Lynn, for all of your hard work. It does not go unnoticed. Thank y'all so much for coming out. We now want to close out and do the ribbon cutting. And Jerry Lynn will let us know who all is coming up for the ribbon cutting. Or Mr. Tolliver, do you have the folks? I think we have 10 scissors. So, we got all grab, yeah.
And we're going over to the ribbon.
Here we got Lydia.
And Chris, you got it?
Okay. You got any more?
Oh, we need two.
Yeah, we got two. I think that's it. Okay.
Say please.
Now you want to ask me a technical question. Well, we got that. Okay.
I was trying to get in the door.
Okay.